where we talk with regular folks about their opinions and perspectives on life and current events. With me always is Anthony and Radu, and we're glad that you tuned in. Hi, welcome once again to Three Minds, One Mic. It's been a few weeks since we've been on here, enjoying the holiday with our families and whatnot. So sorry we missed you all, and hope you're watching some of the videos that have already been posted. But we're back, and we're looking forward to this new year of doing some new things, or actually just more of the same stuff. But I do have a few more people that are interested in being interviewed, so hopefully we're going to get a steady flow of guests coming up in this new year as we're moving forward. But thank you again for joining us, and as well, of course, there's Anthony and Radu. Anthony is feeling a little under the weather today. Something going around with the throat and the sinuses and stuff. It hit my house over here, and now Anthony took it home with him. So it's sharing is caring, right? He won't be contributing too much, just his beautiful face there with his hair. Hi, Anthony.
Hello.
Hey, Anthony.
And of course, Radu. Radu, what you been up to, man? We'll let you do the talking.
Oh, well, Happy New Year, everybody. It's been a busy end of the year. My wife and I just moved from New York to DC, so that was pleasant. You know, everybody loves a good move. We've been here
You were running away from the new mayor, right? Oh no, that's Manhattan. Never mind. You don't have to worry about it.
It's still from Long Island, but
That's right.
yeah, still up here in Northern Virginia now. Still dealing with unpacking, still a bunch of boxes with stuff in them, and taking my time because packing was a pain in the butt. So let's take it easy with the unpacking. So it's not really a rush anymore.
Right. So did you get to throw away a lot of stuff? Did you why am I keeping this?
I did throw away a bunch of stuff. I had notebooks from college, and I'm like, these are 10 years old already. Why am I hanging on to them?
Wow.
So, but even after throwing out a bunch of stuff, we still had, we rented a 20-foot U-Haul truck, and it was,
Wow.
It was almost full. Yeah.
Yeah. That's all we do, right? Accumulate stuff through this life, and then give it away. Or throw it away, or
right.
Whatever.
Exactly.
That's cool, man. Glad got the move taken care of, though. I know it was a big stressor on you, so
yeah,
glad that's finally done. You guys are settled.
Thank you.
For the most
Appreciate
part,
that.
except for unpacking.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry. Were you done?
Yeah. No. Go ahead.
That was a lot. You definitely had a lot to keep you busy. So
Right.
Did you get to enjoy any of the holiday time? Did you spend time with family, or?
Yeah. Actually, my brother and his family came up to DC to check out the new house. So we spent time with them. We went to a Bolivian restaurant for New Year's. So that was cool.
In West Virginia? Or in Northern Virginia?
In Northern Virginia. It's a pretty large Bolivian population here, so we
Wow,
got to the
okay.
Bolivian restaurant. Yeah.
Very awesome. Oh.
Yeah, and actually, it's my brother's birthday tomorrow, and we're going there. So right after work, we're heading down to Yorktown for my brother's birthday. Yeah.
Happy birthday, Andre. I hope you told him about this and he watches the episodes. If not, you're a bad brother, Red.
I am a terrible brother.
Oh, no.
But I'll have to show him this one for sure.
Absolutely, especially for the shout out. But this one is also kind of a special one, too, because as I've said before, I'm a huge Jim Breuer fan. I've really been geeking out on him lately, and he's been doing these live shows on Tuesdays. And a couple of weeks ago, he didn't do it last week, but the week before that, I don't know, it was a couple of weeks ago, he talked about he does another series called Funny How God Works. And it's just some interesting stories that he's been through and how he feels God is, it's been God that's been in his life and done these things. And so this story is pretty amazing. And I really wanted to share it with everybody. So we're going to listen to that. It's about 16 minutes. it's pretty cool. I mean, you can check out Jim Brewer on jimbrewer.com. He's of course on YouTube, on Instagram, on everywhere. But this series, the Funny How God Works and is live, YouTube is usually the place to get these videos. But we're going to share this video right now, and then we're going to discuss a little bit afterwards. So yeah, just tune in, and we're going to get this started.
Okay, here we go.
With this story, you have to understand something. I didn't grow up in churches, but I take marriage very seriously. I know this is a commitment for life. Long story short, my wife and I, we're having a tough time in the marriage. There's this little post office in Chester, New Jersey. And I pull down this little side street, and I pull around the corner, I park, and I have it out with God. You know, I'm sobbing at this point too. I'm on the side of the road, you know, like, what is going on? And I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm being dead serious when I said, God, I've been loyal. I'm not a drug addict. I'm there for the kids. I'm doing everything I took myself away from show business so I can be a family man. You know I'm committed to this. So if you exist, and I know you do, I know you do, I need you right now. I'm begging you, please, you have to come and intervene this now. Please help save this marriage, please. It was a couple days later, I come walking in the house and my wife's sitting on the couch. And she clearly has been crying. And I went, are you all right? And she went, I don't know. Something happened today. Something happened. I don't know what's going on. I went, whoa, what's going on? I went into town today and I went to this coffee shop. And in the coffee shop, there was this woman and she came up to me and she went, sweetie, I want to do something for you. Will you follow me to my house? And I'm like, well, do you know the woman? She said, no, I've never had conversations with this woman. Well, I said, what did you do? She goes, will you please just come with me? I want to do something for you. Just so I'm clear, you don't know who she is and she wants to do something for you. And I'm like, hey, I'm a stranger. We're going to coffee shop. I want to do something for you. Come to my house. And you're going to the house. Oh, my Lord, have mercy. I go, so now what happens? And she goes, I don't know why I followed her. Okay. And then what? We pulled up to the house. It was a cute house, and she brought me into the living room. And then what? She goes, and the husband came down. Uh-huh. I'm not thinking good things. I'm not thinking good things. Just say what happened. Please, just say what happened. They prayed for me. Not out of disrespect. That's just the last thing that's the last thing that I saw coming. Like, wait a minute. So some stranger meets you, brings you to the house, brings down the husband, and she wants to do something for you, and now they're praying for you? And I went, what do you mean they were praying? She went, Jimmy, wait, they prayed that I find, goodness, and may God find, love through me. And I said, what are you doing while they're praying? She went, I don't know. I get this overwhelming feeling, and I never had anyone do that for me. And I just felt this overwhelming love, and I just started sobbing. I mean, help me. I go, okay. Okay. She goes, I don't know what's going on, but I want to start going to church. And I want to learn more about God and Jesus. can we find a church? Sure, sure. Yeah. What? Right? She's doing, she's reading, she's going to church, she's meeting with people, and she'd come home. She's like, you don't go to church? I went, I tried a couple times, just, you say a lot of things that are like from the Bible. Like what? And she'd give examples like, you said this and you do this. And I went, well, yeah, like yeah, I mean, do you see me? I talk to God. I go in the woods and, show me what you want me to do. I don't know what I'm doing here. And we'd have deep conversations, where in the past, I'd go sit on the patio with one of my friends and she didn't, she's like, what are you guys doing? Like, we're talking about the stars and the earth and our souls and this and God. And she's like, I don't understand how God has to mix it. But now we'd have these what do you think of this? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know about that. Or I don't know. And we'd have long conversations. And this is when I really knew. When she found Jesus, now it's nonstop. Do you thank Jesus for your gift? I'm like, whoa, take it easy. Do you thank Jesus for your gift? Hon, the way I explain that to people, if you find Jesus or a faith, you can't expect everyone else to just jump on board immediately. It's their self-discovery, but they're so excited about living. They're so excited about the new way they see life. They want everyone to feel and see that. I'm just going to be frank with you. We're going on about 3 months and there's no fighting. There's no bickering. There's no anger. There's just real conversations and wow, our marriage is saved. I'll never forget this. She comes home one day, and I was sitting in the kitchen, and she comes, you know what? I've asked you a million times to do this, and I've asked you this, but you don't listen. But you don't listen about anything. Listen, that other thing, and the other thing. And you know what? You remember back in November and May, I had a thing, but you didn't do that. All I could think about was, wow, Jesus lasted. Yeah, he lasted 3 months. He did good. But all my life, my hand to God, my heart sank because I just heard, it's over. Wow, it's over. It's over. And then she went walking to the bedroom, and I'm just sitting there numb, holding back tears, going to have to find an apartment. Oh my God, I got 2 little kids. Like, this is, and I hear her in the room, like, now she's on the phone. You know how much he's saying? He sucks. And he did this, and he does that, and he does this, and bang, and he's slamming drawers and slamming things, and all of a sudden I got quiet. As she comes walking down the stairs and walking up to me, and I'm silent, but I'm ready for battle. And she goes with the most calm, peaceful manner. Jim, I am so sorry. It's not you that I'm angry with. I have a lot of anger issues that I'm working with, and I'm talking to the Lord about it, and I'm learning about God, and I'm learning about the Lord. I'm going to slip. I'm a work in progress. And I just want you to know, I can choke up thinking about it, you're an incredible husband, and I know you are, and I know how committed you are, and you're a great father, and I thank God for that person of who you are, but I'm going to slip up a lot, and I just want to tell you, please be patient with me, and I love you. I love you too. And that's when I just, under my breath, I went, thank you, Jesus. when I first moved to that town, there was a camera shop. And in the camera shop, I know the owner, Bob, but he's got this young lady behind the counter. Now, she's a beautiful young lady, okay? I walk in and she's got these big blue eyes, and I can tell she's all about, oh my God, it's the guy from TV. So I said, hey, what's going on? And she went, I want to be an actress, and I'm moving to LA, and I just want to get in movies, and I want to be, and she's leaning over the counter, and all my life, all I can think about was, this may be my daughter one day. This may be my child one day. How would I want this man to handle this demon, take control of her and take advantage of her and tell her anything she wants to hear? Or are you going to do the right thing like this kid was yours? That's what I talk about. Like, I always have a God conscious, or people will say like a Christ conscious, like, what would you want right here? And on my life, that's what spun through my heart and my head. And I went, it's not always what you think it is. And all I can think about is like, if this kid goes to California, if she's this excited over me, I'm a nobody. I'm a nobody. I'm not a producer. If you go out to LA and you're putting yourself out that hard, these demonic monsters are gonna name drop. They can take name. They see you coming. They see you coming. This kid can't go down. I gotta have a conversation with this kid. I said, Bob, is it cool if we go have a conversation? Yeah. I'm like, how long should you have a break? He's like, yeah, after hour, if you guys want to do 45 minutes. I said, why don't we go have a bite to eat real quick? And I got so honest with her, morality. I talked about people that I've known that got sucked up by this industry, drugs. I got so honest and real with her. By the time it was over, she was like, hey, wow, I never thought of that stuff. I'm like, no, nobody does. You need to know these things, because I'm telling you right now, I can tell you're willing to listen to anyone, and they will take advantage of you, and they will target you. Trust me. Any question you have, please just call. I have nothing to offer you but truth. I really don't. I don't want anything terrible to happen to you. If you want to be an actress, go be an actress. But please use your resources to ask real questions. There's this little coffee shop in town. I'll never forget. I go in there one day, and there's a woman a little older. I'm going to say, I don't know, 15 years older than me. Very attractive woman. She had beautiful blue eyes. And she's going, I think I'm just going to like get my eyes done and maybe like do something on my eyelids. And then maybe, and I went, excuse me, why would you do that? You have beautiful eyes. You're beautiful. Don't change anything. Go with the flow. Like, how old are you? And she told me her age. I'm like, oh my gosh. And you're talking about doing your eye? No, don't do that. And all of a sudden, she goes, I know who you are. And, in my head, obviously, I go straight to, okay, the TV stuff, right? And the thing, and here we go. She's going to call like, oh my God, go boy. I remember you on Saturday Night Live with a, oh my God, this is great. Okay, we're part of Tiny, do it. And she's looking deep in my eyes, not like, she's just looking deep into my eyes. And she went, can I give you a hug? And sure. And she gives a hug. And then she stares at me and she goes, you're the one. You're the one that saved my daughter. I went, what? You don't understand. I prayed to God every day. I prayed, please let her find God. She wanted to move to California, and I knew she was in so much trouble and what she's been through in life. I went, oh, the girl at the camera shop. She was, yes, it's my daughter. I don't know what you said to her. It changed her life. She goes to church and she's a beautiful human being. Her whole life has changed. She doesn't even want to do that. She helps other people. Like, that was you. I'm like, well, it wasn't me, man. I would hope that any man would do that and any father would do that. That was God. That's all God. And she goes, no, you allowed that to happen. And she started tearing up and she gave me another hug. And that's the woman that brought my wife to the house and saved our marriage. Funny how God works. Funny how God works.
That is a very awesome story, and I still get teary-eyed about it. Even the first time I watched it, I was like, "Wow." So yeah, it was it's pretty interesting. I think that was a pretty good video.
Yeah,
What
definitely.
do you guys think?
I thought it was good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's pretty
I
neat.
like the story about with the girl at the camera shop. So that was pretty cool.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then full circle. You know, like the wife
Right.
helped his wife come to Jesus, and then he helps his daughter, like he helps her daughter not make a mistake or go blindly into something. So yeah, I think that's really neat, and I've seen stuff like that happen in my life too. You know, it's really amazing. So I don't chalk it up to coincidence. You know, I chalk it up to I do believe in God, and I do believe He works through us individually like that. And His Word says that He so loved the world that He doesn't want anybody to perish. You know, if it was His choice, but it's not. It's ours. Anyway, I don't want to get too far into that, but I think it's really awesome. You know, and as a Christian, it shows me because we're supposed to be God's hands, God's feet, God's mouth. You know, we're His representatives here, and putting yourselves out there like that. And, that girl could have been like, dude, that's for guys, and that was in the '90s, or that was whatever. This is a different time. She could have totally not listened to him at all and went about her way. But I think the timing was probably right for her to be open to it, and maybe just that relationship that I don't know. Jim said he knew the Bob, the guy that owned the camera shop. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but I thought that was really neat, and the timing and just everything. To me, that's beyond coincidence. But I thought it was a really cool story, and I definitely wanted to share that with you guys and with whoever's watching as well. Welcome. Please leave comments on what you think of it. If you watch the whole thing, if not, check it out some other time maybe. Go to JimBrewer.com and you can get it there on YouTube. Jim Brewer, the Bruniverse. But yeah, he's got a few stories on there, and they're pretty cool. And he's an entertaining guy to watch too. So he's actually coming out to Colorado Springs and Phoenix in February, which is the closest he's going to come to me. So hoping something will pan out. Maybe I can go to see him in Arizona or something, but it's not looking like it right now. But that would be cool because it's going to be one of his last tours. The guy's almost 60.
Damn, I never realized. I didn't
I
realize
know,
that.
right? He doesn't look it. He doesn't act it. He's like,
Yeah.
60-year-olds are different now than we were growing up. Yeah, he's like 58, I think, or something like that. You experienced anything like that in your life, Eddie? Strange coincidences like that?
Coincidences? I don't know. I mean, not that I can think of. But, I
Well,
mean, a
that's up to mind.
coincidence could be just a coincidence.
Yeah, I mean, it could be.
Because
And
sometimes it depends how you interpret it.
I think sometimes a cigar is just a cigar, but I think there's other times that are just things fit together so perfectly that it was just beyond coincidence in my mind. The way I view things, only because of
Sure.
the frequency of how often it's happened. That I can remember and stuff. So, and I'm sure
Yeah.
there's times, I've been accused of over spiritualizing things, and I'm okay with that. So, but yeah, I mean that kind of stuff really moves me, and I think I told you guys when I created the Instagram account for Three Minds One Mic, how I directed the algorithm to be all positive stuff that comes through. And it's really interesting how we can do that with our social media. And we think they control us because they can hear us and they put whatever and they're eye raping us or whatever with commercials and ads that we don't want. But you can change that. We can start looking up the stuff you want to see and positive stuff if you want to introduce that into your life or whatever. But you can actually control the algorithms that they're trying to control us with. So I think it's kind of neat.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, to a point, because they can tweak those algorithms.
They can. I mean, and it's their platform to tweet that they can do that with. But on my main account, I'm all the conspiracy stuff, so I'm getting bombarded with that, and it's starting to get old. You know what I mean? I'm just like, okay, yeah, same old stuff. There's still nobody offering solutions. There's like one or two people that are offering solutions to stuff, and that's kind of what I'm looking for now. It's like bitching about it, complaining about it all the time. I mean, it blows me away. It really does, because my interpretation of it is, there is an evil that runs things on this planet, and I can see it pretty clearly in our government. Not even just ours, but in world governments. They just don't give a crap about their citizens at all. And I'm sure there might be one or two, like Denmark's the most happy place in the world, and they probably care about their citizens a little bit more. But I don't know, man. It's just, yeah. So I can see that kind of playing into it, and then getting bombarded with it all the time, because that's what I was looking for, was the conspiracy stuff. And it's just like, yeah, this is too much. So I'm even starting to change that algorithm a little bit on my Instagram too. Still there, and it's still some amazing stuff that they're getting away with. You know what I mean? And it's just like, oh, yeah, it's just amazing, and the loyalty that people still have. Like no matter what somebody does, it's like, oh, that was the best thing ever. A long time coming. They should have done that a while ago, regardless of who's sitting in that chair. It's
Yeah.
just, yeah, it's like, wow. Step
Well,
back and look, like how many people just died because of those whatever, you know what I mean? Because of whatever is going on.
right. It just seems to me that people have this amazing capacity to justify pretty much anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we absolutely do. But if you take a step back from things, it's kind of harder to justify sometimes. You know what I mean? If you honestly take a look at what's going on, it's like, how do you justify Gaza? How do you justify that? You know what I mean? Like that's kind of out there now. I think a lot of people know that it was just tore up. It was a land grab. I'm sure, like Tom says, and I'm always going to go back to what Tom said about things being gray and levels of gray in there. But I was just like, how do you justify something like that as a world leader? It's like, oh, we had to do it.
Right.
Really? Like everybody annihilated?
Yeah.
That wasn't
Sometimes it is.
military installments. You know what I mean? That wasn't like Air Force bases you were hitting. That was the general population.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes it is just black and white, or just good and bad. It's not. Some things don't have shades
I
of
think
gray.
I think those are rare, but you're right. I agree with you. There is so many shades of gray in everything, but you're right. I mean, when it comes down to it, there is a line that this is wrong, this is right, and you cross that line.
Yeah.
And man, yeah. And I'm guilty. I mean, who doesn't justify? You know what I mean? Nobody wants to be wrong. Nobody wants to be feeling bad because they made a mistake or did something stupid. So of course we're going to justify it and
Right.
make ourselves feel better about it. But it doesn't change the truth.
Yeah.
And Oliver just coming all over the place like he's badass, covering. Hey,
Yeah, he's just sitting up there.
yeah, I see you. I like Oliver, man. He's pretty chill. Always has been.
Yeah, he's chill.
Had a walker, man. So that's kind of cool. It's helping me walk around. I used to walk with a cane and a stick, and now I have a walker that I can sit down on when I need to. And that's helping out a lot with the physical therapy and stuff, but I still have mobility issues. Things are moving forward. Kim and I are both trying to do low carb again. Really watch what we eat and try and eat cleaner and healthier. Just because the crap that's out there is poison everywhere. You know what I mean? So probably still getting some poison with home cooked. We can at least decide what poisons we want more.
All about calories.
As far as that goes, but yeah, I'm trying to stay away from seed oils just because of the inflammation and what that does to you. I'm trying to stay away from um, even like fake cheeses and stuff. As good as they are, dude, and as much as I love Velveeta, oh my god, that stuff is so bad for you, man. It's like, oh, dude, sodas. You know what I mean? I've always been a soda guy, and every time I drink one, I'm like, this is poison. I'm drinking straight freaking poison, and I'm loving it. It's not right. That's just not right. But I'm trying to be more mindful of making choices that stuff, because that's once again, either that or I'm going to justify poisoning myself more and more and more. And I know I say that as I smoke a cigarette because there's a bunch of poisons in that too, but I'm only human. I'm going to work on one thing at a time. So I'm going to choose to wait again and see what I could do, get more mobile, and then I'll quit the smoking later if I can, if I get the opportunity. So, in other words, if I don't die first. Hey man, I played with fire for so long, dude, and I'm blessed that I can still breathe and I can still do stuff. And with as much recklessness as I've been with my body and my just not taking care of myself, yeah, yeah, I'm hopeful because anything I do, I feel like I can go backwards and get younger. You know what I mean? Like, I do. If you start working out now and doing stuff, you're probably going to be as healthy as you are now, maybe a little buffer and a little healthier. But like me, I'm gonna, I'm gonna be like 52, and I'm gonna feel like I'm 40 again. So
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Like that.
I mean, I don't know about any of us getting younger, but you can definitely feel younger and
Right.
healthier.
Well, if they checked my body and my bones right now, they'd probably be like, "Well, you have the body of a 70-year-old." You know what I mean? Your heart of a 70-year-old, lungs of an 80-year-old. You know what I mean? They could kind of give you an idea of that. What I'm saying is, like, if I stick to this again, and if I do it right, get healthier, eventually I could have the body of a 50-year-old or maybe even a 55-year-old compared to what I have now.
Yeah, of course.
An internal Benjamin Buttons. Or
Well,
was the opposite? I don't know how that works.
the human body does have the amazing ability to heal itself. So
It does. But it also fights against this stuff because it does seek out that homogeny, right? Is that the right word? It's one of those big science words. So, yeah, when you start making changes, your body resists it because it's not the norm. It's like,
right, yes, fight that inertia.
And eventually it's like, oh, okay, I see where we're going. But the mind, that's a whole different thing, man, because you're still. I just watched this other guy that lost. He was just like me, man, like almost 500 pounds, lost it all, and he's kept it off now for a few years. And he had to be abstinent with his trigger foods, is what he calls them, which is anything processed, especially sugars, like the processed sugars and stuff. He goes, because some people be like, you got to heal, you got to make peace with your triggers. And he's like, if I do that, I can have a Reese's and I'll have one, but then my head, I'm gonna be this way, and then eventually I'm gonna be that way, and it's just, it's not worth it. So he's completely abstinent against this, and I think I might have to go that route too, because just cutting down on stuff doesn't work. Because I still have it in the house and it's still here, and like any addict, if it's around, I'm gonna use it. So
I think we're similar in that way. Like if I'm quitting something, I have to quit it cold turkey because I just don't do little by little. So when I was smoking, it was like that. I couldn't just gradually reduce it because I would just go right back to the regular amount of consumption. I have to go cold turkey.
Right. Yeah, it doesn't take long to get back up there too if you cut back and that's the thing with people that quit smoking and then start again. And they even told that one person's like, yeah, I quit smoking 20 years ago, but if I have a cigarette now, there's gonna be a pack in my pocket tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I was like, and so yeah, that's the way I'm gonna have to look at it. And luckily Kim's on board too. So usually we don't do it at the same time. So we kind of sabotage each other, seems like. But looks like now we're on the same page, so it might be a little goal to us. Have that support too.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah. What about you, man? You got any New Year's resolutions?
Me or Anthony?
Either one. Likely you, since Anthony's kind of chilling on the talking.
Um,
You can write it down and put it up to the camera.
no, not really. I mean, I have plans, but not resolutions.
There you go. What's your plans?
Paint the house, replace the carpet, you know, stuff like
All
that.
this year?
It's probably gonna take a couple of years to do anyway. Be less lazy, maybe.
I know. There you go. That's definitely what I got to do, man. Still embrace that discomfort, you know.
Yeah.
I am getting a leg brace tomorrow too, though. That's another thing, because I have the drop foot, so my foot's like that, and then when I have to like lift up my whole foot and slap it down whenever I walk. So the brace is going to keep my foot up now. So whenever I take a step, I won't have to lift my whole leg. Less chance of me falling, less chance of me tripping on my own. So I think that make a huge difference too. Yeah, laziness, man. That's so easy to be comfortable.
Yeah.
But there's got to be a better way to be comfortable.
Beginning there.
Yeah. Then I'll be like, just lift my leg for me.
Right. No, I think for that you need to be a billionaire.
Right. Yeah. I would need that. A million is cool. Then I can hire a nutritionist and a cook. What's given? That's it.
Yeah.
I'm an adult, so I guess I got to regulate myself. Nobody told you. Who told me that when I was growing up? I didn't know. It's like really cool, you know, because you're like, oh man, I'm an adult. I can do whatever I want. And you're like, oh man, I'm an adult. I can do whatever I want. Like, oh, somebody slapping me, saying no. Adulting sucks.
For sure.
What about you, Anthony? You got any plans or resolutions?
Not really. Just focus on the business stuff.
Big deal. That can change your year.
Yeah.
He's planning on. Is it okay if I tell it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's planning his business that he works at, the pokey place that he works at. Him and his partner and his buddy that he works with are going to buy it, partners, and take it over. So that's the plan.
Oh, that's
It's
awesome.
pretty exciting.
Yeah. A lot to do still with, like the loan. Could be good. He's giving it to us for a good price. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Exciting. Just save for like 6 months.
You can do it. I know you can do it. I've seen you do it before.
Yeah.
Music wise,
Work on it. I mean, as it goes.
any more plans for like another demo or more songs putting out? Or...
We're working on a song. Just taking our time with things. Just still don't have a drummer, so that's the main thing.
That's cool. That'll come. That'll happen. But dude's got a new house. You're gonna hopefully get a new business. I got a new outlook on life. Hopefully, the past few months anyway. You know, that was one of the things when I took psychology. I took health psychology, right? And that's the first step in making any changes in your life. Just thinking about it. And so I'm thinking of ways to make it work, you know, and like It's called something, and I forgot the actual word for it. That's has to do with thinking and like coming up with a plan and premeditation part, or I don't know, something like that. It was its own word. But yeah, it's thinking about how, like, not just thinking about doing something, but what it looks like to do that. What steps you got to take to get there and kind of work your way back. Like, here's my goal. You got to make steps, work backwards to kind of figure it out.
Like visualize it.
Right. Yeah. That's still not the word. Maybe it is premeditation. And so I've been in the premeditation phase now for a couple of months, watching these videos and looking at supplements to take and stuff that helps with, man, I've increased my fiber alone just in the last couple of weeks. And that has made a huge difference with how I feel as far as bloating goes and just sluggishness all around. And even getting older is probably a little TMI, but the BMs, man, they don't move as smooth as they used to. And so, yeah, it's nice. It really is. So yeah, I'm definitely loving the fiber thing. And I've been told that. I knew that. You got to increase your fiber, make sure you get enough fiber in your diet. I just never did. So, and it's not just in vegetables. I mean, beans are amazing as fiber. Honestly, I've been eating raisin bread with extra raisins, dry with no milk, and so that's been awesome. And I found out that when you eat fiber, even with a little bit of sugar, the sugar doesn't hit you. The insulin, you don't release as much insulin because the fiber is there to kind of help slow it down and slow down your digestion of that sugar. And so even if you're eating like potatoes or carbs with your meal, you eat protein first, then your fiber, like your veggies and your beans or whatever, then you can have the carbs, because the insulin resistance, and it doesn't spike your insulin for as long. And I found out when you do eat sweets at night, which is what most of us do, it spikes your insulin, but then it lasts for like 3 hours, and then it crashes because your body's shutting down and resting, so it's not processing as fast, and so that insulin is just an insulin. For me, that's the end all right now, is controlling my insulin, because I'm pre-diabetic. The blood pressure doesn't help. You know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, I'm in bad shape. So it's really cool learning this stuff, and that stuff I didn't know, like a lot of stuff I didn't know. And that was, I think, part of my biggest problem was like, oh, I know what I got to do. I just got to do it. I know, I've heard it, I know. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff I didn't know. So it's kind of a change that's been going on too, is not thinking I know as much as I thought I knew, or at least realizing I don't know. And that's been awesome at the same time, because it really does, makes me excited to learn again, which is part of sparking this channel too, is getting to know people better and getting to learn about people more, and not just being that cynical old man. I don't want to give people. You know what I mean? So it's weird how all that mindset, like your mindset is just controls everything.
I know. I think we talked about this before. If you don't mind my asking, have you thought about like Wegovy or any of the GLP-1 inhibitors?
I haven't. No. I think they do scare the hell out of me, because I am a conspiracy guy. So, and then with the president pushing it and our government pushing it, makes me even more weary of it. Because they don't usually push stuff. You know what I mean? And he's all on the thing. We're gonna make Govia, and we're gonna make this more cheaper for our Americans, and blah blah blah. So yeah, I'm just a little sketch. And if I can do it with turmeric, or if I can do it with ginger, or if I can do it with lemons and honey, you know what I mean? If I can do cinnamon tea to help with my sugar, I'll do that first. See what I can do with that. So, doctor's giving me 6 to drop my A1C and my cholesterol, raise up my cholesterol is not too bad, but my good cholesterol is really low. So I want to increase that and get that going. I think the fiber is going to help with that a lot too, and movement, the walker. So I have everything I need. I have all the tools at my disposal. I don't need. It's one thing I don't need money for. So that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need money to buy the right foods, but everything's so expensive now that I think you can't eat healthy because it's expensive isn't an excuse anymore, because it's just as expensive to eat not healthy, not to mention the expense later for eating healthy, which I'm seeing more and more now too.
Yeah.
In life, trying to do better, trying to take some warnings seriously, and I've been warned my whole life. You're gonna die when you're 18 if you keep this up. And I was like 8. Like, I'm 18. I'm not dead. You're not gonna make it to 30 if you keep that up. So I'm actually getting sick. 50, 55. Maybe I won't, unless I change. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Radu. Thank you, sir, for your assistance and getting that video playing for us.
Thank you for having me. See you again, Anthony.
Having you? You're not a guest, bro. You can't say that. I'm gonna edit that out. Thank you for having to stop by.
Okay. Yes, let's cut that out. Well, it's good to be back after a long time.
There you go. It is. It is good to see you guys again. To see us on the screen, it's fun, and I hope you guys really enjoyed that clip. I'm Jim Breuer, man. I really am. So if you guys check him out on some other stuff, I don't think you'll be disappointed. Congratulations on your house. You, sir, I hope you feel better.
Thank you.
And I think we're gonna have a guest set up for next week. And we'll go from there.
All right. Hope you feel better, Anthony, and good luck with the purchase.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Luck with the painting, buddy.
Thank you.
You bet. You guys have a good night.
You
You guys
too.
too.
Good night.